Why does the We Are Stronger Than Censorship program exist?
Hi, everybody. My name is Lee Wind. I'm the Chief Content Officer for IBPA and also an author of a bunch of books that have been banned and challenged.
Hi, Tasla Magnuson. I am a poet and a writer and also a researcher of banned books. I am a senior fellow with EveryLibrary and a consultant with the Freedom to Read team at PEN America.
So Taslin and I wanted to share 10 hard things and 10 hopeful things to know about book banning. And we're going to start with the hard things. One, it's not a groundswell. It's this calculated political tool. So the Washington Post did this analysis, and they found that in 2022, 60% of the challenges came from 11 people.
And in Wisconsin, one parent challenged over 400 books. And they were all removed from school shelves for 4 months while they were under review. The young people in that community lost access to books for a very long time.
And that was just this year.
Just this year. 2, nobody's forcing anyone's kid to read a book. Parents can always opt out. They've always been able to opt out. But these challenges are saying no child should have access, that books are, quote, dangerous. And that's a very different thing.
3, well, how are they dangerous? Well, we prefer to call them thought-provoking, historically accurate, great stories with diverse characters. It's really what's being targeted are books that feature Black characters and queer characters and history and other underrepresented people and communities. Because they embrace a world that celebrates our differences, they're perceived as a threat to patriarchy, white supremacy, heterosupremacy, and cis supremacy.
4, it's not about pornography and protecting children. For example, take a look at the book Everywhere Babies. People are calling one tiny illustration in that book sexually explicit. It's just 2 moms and 2 dads in 2 different pictures, hanging out and taking care of their kids the way all families do.
So actually, Taslin, I have a copy of Everywhere Babies right here. And this is the spread that they said was sexually explicit. It's this street scene of families with kids. And if you look carefully, there's 2 guys, one with his arm around the other. The existence of queer people is not pornography. It is not sexually explicit. We exist in the world. And this is just a beautiful book. And to call it sexually explicit is absurd. And it is politically motivated.
5, it's about the chilling effect. It's not about the books. It's about when librarians and teachers look at a book that could be helpful, that they would love to have in their classroom, that students they know would need to read it, are afraid. They're afraid to order it. They're afraid to buy it. They're afraid to have it on the shelves. It's the chilling effect. 6, it's about losing public access to books. This is targeting books that are publicly available in schools and public libraries at no cost. The impact is disproportionately on lower income families who don't necessarily have the resources to just buy books for their kids, go online, and it's intentionally creating diverse book deserts to further marginalize those kids.
7, this is hurting independent publishers, way more than corporate publishers who are selling Bibles and also making lots of money from socially conservative imprints. Independent presses are driving a lot of the diversity in children's and teen literature in particular, and they're impacted the most by this chilling effect.
8, the chilling effect is also impacting creators, authors, illustrators, and translators. Not just the top 10, but with lower book sales, canceled events, and feeling under attack.
Yeah, there's this idea that, oh, your book got banned, congratulations. Well, I can tell you as an author who's No Way They Were Gay has landed on a lot of these lists, it doesn't help if you're the top 10, sure, you're selling more books. But really, the chilling effect is impacting the sales dramatically of all these books in the middle. And these books that are really worthy, and in many cases, award-winning books. are being targeted just because they highlight and celebrate diversity.
Exactly. Whenever anybody tells me that it's a great thing to be banned, I tell them I have a list, a growing list of over 1,500 creators, unique creators who are being impacted by this crisis right now, today. 1,500 people do not make up bestseller lists. Artists are being harmed, and the chilling effect is real.
9, it will not stop at books. We have seen this in history before. In 1933, the Nazis did a huge book burning in the Opera Place. And most of those books were actually from a raid on a gay community center, the institute that Dr. Magnus Hirschfeld had created. And it was 10,000 volumes just from that library of queer books. And, they start with the books and we have got to draw the line.
10. And this is hurting kids right now. Hurts kids the most. Books save lives. Seeing yourself reflected, included, and celebrated can and does have a huge impact.
And I'll add that being told a book showing a happy gay couple is inappropriate tells gay kids their very existence is inappropriate, and that's not okay. Okay, Tazlyn, I'm totally bummed out now.
It is not all bad. And there's so much we can do together to make things better. The news is not all bad. I promise. Everywhere where they're trying to take away books, there's a community fighting back. And you can help. Here are some ideas.
Let's get hopeful. 1, get informed. There are lots of resources and links we're sharing in the description with this video.
Also, there's community-specific resources. So authors, illustrators, and translators can join Authors Against Book Bans. And there's so many more resources that we have to share. 2, speak up. Have conversations with your family, friends, coworkers, at school board meetings, library board meetings. Have the conversations.
And remember, there's no such thing as a silent ally. 3, vote.
Vote. There's registration, democracy links. Remember, down ballot races and your local community elections are critically important. 4, find your groups. Join groups standing up for the freedom to read. Fight for the First is a national tool that will let you find local groups in your community who are working on the same issues as you are.
And Tazlyn, you're actually involved with Wisconsin Freedom to Read, right?
We started Wisconsin Freedom to Read Project as a sister organization to Texas Freedom to Read Project and Florida Freedom to Read Project. Just parents and community members working on the freedom to read.
5, spread the word. Help social media do some good. You can use the hashtags We Are Stronger Than Censorship and Fight Book Bans.
6, make sure that you are supporting your local school and public librarians. They are on the front lines every day in a crisis that is really hard some days. How can you do it? Have you and your kids write them a thank you note. Tell them that you appreciate their work and that they're standing up for books that are diverse. And then tell them how important diverse books are to you.
7, read a book that has been challenged or banned or hurt by the chilling effect and do the math yourself. Remember, the issue isn't, do you think it's the right book for your kid at this time? The issue is, do you think it's the wrong book for everybody else's kid at any time? That's quite the stretch, huh?
8, legislation. It's really important to keep an eye on legislation in your state. Legislation does impact book bans. EveryLibrary has a legislation tracker. We'll put the link in. Know what's happening in your state and make your opinions about the importance of diverse books known to your elected officials.
9, sign up for our weekly shopping list of recently banned and challenged books. We're going to have separate shopping lists for children's, teen, and adult books. You can buy the books for yourself, your family, friends, or to donate.
10, look for the ways that you can help get diverse books into the hands of young people who need them and families who can't afford to buy them, like the We Are Stronger Than Censorship program.
So Sadler and I cooked up this idea of how do we go on the offense about book bans rather than being on the defense all the time. And the crux of it is that we are going to count every book challenge and ban that happens in September of 2024. And then we're going to raise money to buy and donate at least 2 books for every one ban or challenge.
So the We Are Stronger Than Censorship program is going to team up with multiple regional partners to get those books in the hands of the kids that need them.
There's lots of ways to get involved. You can donate, buy a t-shirt, sign up for the weekly shopping list, visit one of our partner bookstores, and spread the word.
Wear your We Are Stronger Than Censorship swag proudly, and have those conversations with your family and friends. Hey, Lee, guess what? I feel so much better.
I do too. I actually feel hopeful.
Hope is great. It's great to bring light in.
Let's pour more light into the world in the form of books.
And remember, we are stronger together.
And we are stronger than censorship. Thanks, and let's turn the tide on all this book banning together.
Thanks.
Ready?
Let's do it.